Hey everyone, welcome back to my Dev Web App channel. Today I'm going to show you how to create a PostgreSQL database using a Vercel account and fetch data in Next.js application. So I have a Next.js doc and the next point is create a Postgres database. And we need a Vercel account and I created one in previous video. You can watch it. And now we need to go to storage and create new database. And I'll select Neon. And now I can continue. And let's check options. We need to provide database name and region and can create. Okay. And let me choose region and I'll leave recommended. Okay. And now I can press continue. And now we can provide name and let me add like next.js dashboard and we'll press create. Okay, and our database was created. And let's check what we have next. And next we can connect. Our database was connected and let's check what we have next. And now we can open env local and copy secret. And you need to show secret and then copy it to env local and rename env example to env. Okay, and now I'll pause the video and make all these actions in order not to show my secret, and you can follow and make the same. Okay, I created env file and let's check git ignore and we have env file and env local in git ignore. Okay, and let's see what we have next. And next we can see our database. And my application is running locally. I started dev server and I can go to localhost seed and let's wait. Okay, let's check. And we have message database did successfully. Okay, and I can go back and let's see what we have next. And next we have executing queries. They propose to go query route and uncomment the code. And let's do it. I'm going to open this file and uncomment this code. Remove all this message and remove and uncomment here. Okay, and let's check. And now we can go to localhost and check. And we have some amount and name, and our request was successful. And let's check. And next we have fetching data. And chapter 7, fetching data. And here they propose to investigate some approaches to how to fetch data, like API layer, database queries, server components to fetch data, QL, and you can use some ORM, but they are using Postgres.js, and they propose to look at this code, and let's check it. And we have import, and also they create an SQL const using this Postgres import. Okay, and let's go next. Now we can fetch data for the dashboard overview page, and we can open dashboard page, and they propose to pass this code. Okay, and let's check what next. They intentionally commented out the code, and now we need to add some code, and we are going to add fetch revenue and using import. Okay, and also we need add this function to the page here. Okay, and let's see next. And next, we need to uncomment this chart component, revenue chart component. Okay, here, let's uncomment it and check what next. And next, we can go to dashboard revenue chart and uncomment the code inside it. Okay, and I opened it, and we need to uncomment the code. Okay, here probably, and also here. I'll remove this comments, and let's check. And now we can go to localhost and probably dashboard. Okay, and we don't have anything here. And let's check our component, and, our page. And I added this code to customers, and I need to add it to dashboard page. Okay, and remove from customers. Okay, and let's check again. And as you can see, we have recent revenue on our page. Okay, and we saw this image, and let's move on. Page and data for latest invoices. And for latest invoices, we need to get the latest 5 invoices sorted by date. Okay, and inside uplib data, we have this function, and let's check it. Data, where is it? Inside uplib data, uplib data, and we have page latest invoices. And as you can see, we have SQL query, and then they just run it and return latest invoices, adding some format currency. Okay, and let's add it to our dashboard. I'm going to add this import, and we'll add it here. And also we need to add latest invoices constant. Okay, and let's check, and then uncomment component. Okay, and we can uncomment component, and let's check. Okay, and we can check our dashboard. And as you can see, we have our latest invoices and something updated just now. And let's check. Probably we forgot to uncomment something. Yeah, we need to uncomment code in latest invoices component. Okay, and I believe it's here, and we can uncomment this code and here. Let's check. Okay, and go to dashboard, and as you can see, we have our component here. And let's move on. And now we need to practice page data for the card components. They explain how to do it, and let's try to do it. And we need our data, and inside lib we have data, and I believe we need to import this page card data function inside our dashboard page. And let's check. And this function returns some object. Let's add this data to our component as well using const and assign to page card data. And we need to call function and add await. Okay, and let's uncomment this cards. Oh, I need to do it here. Okay, and here, and also here. Okay, and let's check. And we have our card, and as you can see, we have collected, pending, total invoice, total customers. Okay, and we can check the solution, and we did the same, and we saw this image. And here they described request waterfalls, and you can check parallel data fetching inside fetch card data. Okay, and let's check it. And as you can see, they have promise all to fetch 3 requests. Okay, and you can read all this documentation, and I'm going to move on. And we have chapter 8, static and dynamic rendering. You can read about static rendering, about dynamic rendering, and let's try to simulate a slow data fetch. Okay, and I'm going to go to fetch revenue and add some delay. Okay, and we need to go to fetch revenue and just uncomment this code. Okay, and also here. Okay, and let's check. Now we can go to dashboard. I'm going to refresh my dashboard, and let's see what we have. And as you can see, we have slow loading, and we can probably open console and clear it and refresh again. And let's wait. And as you can see, we have fetch and revenue data, and only after that we have data fetch completed after 3 seconds, and we have a loading page here. And now we can go to the next chapter, and chapter 9, streaming. Okay, and you can read about what is streaming, and now I'm going to add a loading TypeScript component inside app dashboard. Let's do it. Inside dashboard, I need a new file, a loading, and let me provide the code. Okay, and we can close this console, and as you can see, we have a loading here, and after 3 seconds, we have our dashboard data. They provided the same image as we saw, and also explain what happened. And now we can add a loading skeleton, and let me copy this code and add it here. Okay, and also here inside loading. Okay, and let's try to refresh. And as you can see, we can see some skeleton. And let's check this component. As you can see, they added some skeletons with empty data, I believe. Okay, and let's go to the next. Now we need to fix the loading skeleton because it will apply to the invoices page as well, and we need to create a new folder overview inside dashboard. Okay, inside dashboard, I'm going to create new folder overview and move our loading and page loading, move, and also our page here. Okay, yes, and let's see. Okay, let's check. I'm going to refresh, and as you can see, we have this skeleton, and now we can go to streaming our component, and they propose to remove revenue. Okay, inside page, we can remove this, and also here. And let's check next. And now we can add suspense and some chart skeleton, and let's try to do it. Okay, and also here. And before latest invoices. And I have error. Let's check. Okay, and we need to update revenue chart. Okay, and I'm going to do it here. And we need to add import here and also add code to our chart. Okay, and let's add it here. And we probably need to remove from props. Okay, and we'll remove, and let's check. And now we can refresh our page, and let's see. And as you can see, we have loading only for revenue component. Okay, and we saw this image, and they propose to practice streaming latest invoices. I'll just reveal the solution, and we need to remove this latest invoices and add this suspense here. Okay, and let's do it. Side page, we need to add it here and modify latest invoices by removing this, and we'll add it to latest invoices here, and we need to remove props. Okay, and also add import here. Okay, and we can remove this types, and let's go here, and we need to import this skeleton here. Okay, and I'll just add it here, and we can remove page latest invoices. Okay, and let's check we did this, and let me refresh the page, and as you can see, we have loading this, but we haven't added 3 seconds, and it was pretty fast, but we can see this skeleton. Now we need to do the same for cart, and let's do it. Inside cart, I'll add cart wrapper, and after dashboard. Okay, and I'll add it here, and we need to add import, and we'll add import, and also we need to add cart skeleton, and we'll add it here. Okay, and let's move on, and inside dashboard cards we need to import this card data, dashboard cards, page card data, and call this function inside card wrapper. Okay, and now we can refresh the page, and going to refresh, and as you can see we have card skeleton, but we don't have card. Let's check. Okay, we need to check the code, and we need to uncomment this component. Okay, and let's try again. Refresh, and we saw a loading dashboard, and now we have data. You can read about the explanation, deciding where to place your suspense boundaries, but I'm going to move on to the next chapter. Chapter 10, Partial Pre-rendering. And this chapter contains a lot of theoretical materials about static versus dynamic routes and what is partial pre-rendering. You can read all this information and how does partial pre-rendering work. And now implementing partial pre-rendering, and I'll just add this configuration to next config, and let me find that file. Next config can hide. Okay, and we can add options here, and we'll add it inside our config. And now inside our dashboard layout, we'll add this const dashboard, and we need layout, and we'll add const below side nav. Okay, let's check, and I see some error, and let's check, and we have a message that the experimental feature can only be enabled when using the latest Canary version. Okay, and I'll just remove it. I'm not going to add this Canary version, and I'll just remove. Okay, and you can read summary, and I'll just move on to the next chapter. And that's all that I have for today. If you like the video, subscribe to my DevWeb App channel. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.